I live alone in an old apartment in the middle of the city. It's not fancy, but it's quiet and perfect for remote work. A few weeks ago, I started hearing a strange noise coming from the wall right next to my bed. It wasn't plumbing or the neighbors. No knocking, no clanking. It sounded more like whispering. At first, I thought I was imagining it, but it kept happening. Every night, after midnight, I'd hear it. I'd press my ear against the wall, and I could make out a raspy sound, like someone trying to speak, but struggling to get the words out. Then, one night, I heard it clearly. Cold. I froze, stood away from the wall and stared at it, trying to make sense of what I just heard. The next day, I called the landlord and asked if there were pipes, or maybe something inside the wall. He was quiet for a moment, then asked, "Oh, you're in apartment 3B? Yes, I replied. He paused again, then said, "That unit stayed empty for 4 years before you moved in. The last tenant, she disappeared." I tried to ask more, but he hung up. That night, I placed my phone next to the wall and recorded the entire night. In the morning, I played it back and froze. I had just come out of a long relationship, and I needed space from people, from everything. So I rented a small house on the edge of town. It was quiet, peaceful, and had no neighbors in sight. The first week was normal. Then, one Thursday night, I was drinking coffee and reading on the porch around 2 a.m. I saw something move on the edge of the forest across from me. A woman, just standing there. I couldn't see her face, but the way she stood, it wasn't right. She didn't move. I figured she was lost or sick. I walked a few steps toward the trees, and just like that, she was gone. I told myself it was a trick of the light, but the next night, she was there again. Same spot, same posture. Then it became a pattern. Every night, she came closer, a few steps each time, until one night, she was standing at the edge of my yard. I locked all my doors, turned on every light in the house, and then the power went out. The house sank into complete darkness, and then I heard the wooden steps creak outside, then the porch, then a soft tapping on the window. I didn't move. She never broke the glass, never forced her way in. She just stood there. In the morning, I found a single blackened handprint on the window, like it was made of ash. I left that house that same day. I've moved back to the city now, but some nights, I still wake up and feel like someone's watching me from the window. When my aunt passed away, she left me her old wooden house in the countryside. I never thought I'd live there, but after I lost my job, I figured I'd stay there for a while until I could get back on my feet. It was a big house, and the upstairs had 3 bedrooms. I decided to sleep downstairs and keep the second floor closed off. On the third night, I heard footsteps above me, right around midnight. I told myself it was just the old wood settling, nothing to worry about. But the sounds weren't random. They were footsteps, slow and deliberate, walking from one room to another, then stopping directly above my head. Then, I heard a door creak open. The next morning, I found the upstairs door wide open, even though I'd locked it the night before. I relocked it and convinced myself I just hadn't closed it properly. But the next night, at exactly 3:11 a.m., I woke up to someone calling my name. James. It was a whisper, but they knew my name. I grabbed a flashlight and went upstairs, my heart racing. All the rooms were empty. But next to one of the upstairs windows, written on the wall in what looked like old, jagged handwriting, were the words, "Why did you leave me alone?" I swear, I didn't write that. I moved out the following week. I still own the house, but I haven't stepped inside since. And every person who's tried renting it after me never stays more than a week.